Welcome back to Talk About Strange. This might be your first time here. If it's your first time here, welcome. If it's your second time here, that means you watched my first video. And you may have even watched my bullhead video from 7 years ago. So that's when it was just a basic channel. And that was the only video I put on there. I think I had 73 views in 7 years. And one follower, probably my wife, I don't know. But anyway, that was my first video that I did on there, wanting to create videos and stuff, become a creator. I was going to do a house flipping video. Look, here I am doing a Talk About Strange video. But anyway, so like I said on the first one, I would tell you about that footprint that I found. And there's a story behind that whole thing. So I'm going to leave it to you to judge and tell me what you think about that whole situation. So there was a time, I'm going to go back, a little backstory to that, because trust me, it brings it full circle once you hear the story. And I did shoot the first video, and on that first video I said that I was hoping that the video would work out. I went through it, just watched it, and it worked out. So this is the second video I'm actually doing it. I'm going to do it right in a row, and if this works, I might even do the third video, but I don't want to run out of things to talk about. So, but I do want to get them recorded, and I hope you're going to share with me some of your stories, and with your permission, I will share them on here. I will read it back, or we'll talk about it, and at some point, if I get enough people watching this channel and following that, I'll go live and we'll have some live conversations. I'm thinking about doing a podcast on it, so that'll be a lot of fun. I know some interesting people, and I know about a place actually right here locally, that a mansion that's a haunted mansion, and people go there for tours and stuff. That's pretty interesting. So I'll see if maybe we can go over there and talk to him, the owner of that place. But let me get to the story that I started out with here. So the footprint in the water. I didn't make it. I don't believe that somebody went down there and made it purposely. It's just too weird. I don't see how they could do it, why they would do it. There might be an expert out there that will see this video and know exactly what it is. In fact, you know what? I'm going to try to... Here, let's take a look at it. And I'll just keep talking. I'll put it up here. So I only got a quick clip of it because I didn't pay too much attention to it. I really didn't think too much of it at the time. It wasn't until later on that it dawned on me what that possibly could be. So this ravine I was in, I went out there to do some footage to create a commercial that I wanted to do for my drone footage, and just about capturing video and stuff. So I go down in this ravine. It's about 75 foot down. You climb, you got to go down in there, you got to use ropes and stuff. They have ropes tied off there to use. So I got a backpack full of equipment. I got my drone in a case, and I go down this ravine. And there used to be like an old bridgeway that you could cross over and take a trail. Well, the bridge was gone, washed out or something somehow, and big iron beams, and it's gone. So I had to climb back up this bank and back down. They had these trails with ropes. I had to climb back up, back down. I found a nice area. I got some footage, packed that all up. I wasn't to the waterfall where I wanted to go. So I believe I had to go back up one more hill and back down instead of just cutting through. Maybe I did cut through that pass there, but I didn't wear shoes. I wanted to get wet. So anyway, my mistake. But so I get down there, I shoot all my footage. This is, I never even thought about this. This makes the story even crazier. So you're going to like this. That just dawned on me just now. Wait till you hear this. So it's a funny story. So I get down there, I get my drone out, I get my camera I'm using right here is a Sony A7S3. So I had DJI mics with me, wireless mics, so I could walk around and talk. I walk across, I get down to where this waterfall is. It's beautiful, beautiful. This ravine, stone, stream. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. So I've been going there off and on for years, but I hadn't been there in 10 years maybe. I don't know, I'd have to think about it. It's been a long time, 10, 12 years maybe. So, but we went down there when we got together, my wife and I, and we went down there a couple times. So anyway, I'd go there when I was like, there's a couple times I just needed some tranquility, peace, whatever, regroup. I just needed a place to go, be alone, you know, so I went down there before. And that's the main part of the story. But first I want to finish telling you what happened here. So I get all my drone footage. I go across the water. I set my camera up. I have my tripod. I forgot the camera, so I had to go back across the slippery rocks and stuff. I get my camera and I bring that over and I'm setting that up and I realize, geez, I want to put the mic, I want to plug the mic into the camera, my wireless mic, so the base DJI mic system. So I'm going back across the water, and when I noticed that footprint I thought was mine because I was going back and forth, but I really hadn't gone that way. I went kind of a different way, but I didn't think anything of it. So I get my mic, I go back across, I put the mic on, I'm finally ready. So I go over, I get my drone out, I get that set up, and I put that in the air, and I'm flying it back and forth. At one point, I lost signal with it. Now, I'm way down in a ravine, so it's understandable, but I was just getting some beautiful, beautiful footage. So I lose track of it. Anyway, fortunately, when you lose signal, they'll come back to where they took off from. I was worried about that because there's a lot of overhead trees and stuff like that, and I have it set for a certain height to come back, and I was afraid to run into the trees, and it's a pretty expensive drone. So anyway, it gets back close enough where I can capture control, and I take control of it again, and I fly it back in, I bring it in, and I do a few more things, and then I land it, and I pack everything up. And when I'm when I took the camera off the tripod, I went and took some pictures of the falls. I'll show you here a little bit. So I took some pictures of the falls, and when I was walking back, I see that footprint again, and I jokingly said, I think I just found my first Bigfoot footprint, right? And I snapped a picture of it with the camera, and I took just a short video of it because I was joking. I wasn't thinking much of it. It dawned on me it was weird, but, you know. So I packed my stuff up, I leave, I go home, and I upload all my data, my cards, into the computer. None of the drone footage took. None of it. I mean, there's a few pictures. There's a little like an 8-second clip video. I don't know what happened. I don't know why. Maybe I forgot to press record. If I wish I knew, but I mean, I knew how to press record. I did do an update. I don't know if something turned it off automatically, but none of the footage got taken. So anyway, by the time I climbed back out of there, I hadn't been there in years. I guess you can say I'm a little out of shape because I didn't know if I was going to make it out of there because my legs were exhausted, my heart was pounding, I needed a drink, I didn't bring water with me. I was afraid my legs were going to cramp up and I wasn't going to be able to climb up that hill, but I took a break, but I did. I managed it. I climbed up out of there, sat in the car. I mean, I had to stop a few times on the way up, sat in the sat in my truck and regrouped and caught my breath. And anyway, so I go home, my footage is gone. I have to go back. Well, the next day, my legs, especially my right leg, was annihilated. My muscles were just shredded, man. I could barely walk for 2-3 days. So about, I think the fourth day, third or fourth day, I think it was the fourth day, I went back because I wanted my footage, damn it. I set out there to get this footage. I wanted that footage. It was beautiful. And I had to figure out why it didn't take that footage. So this time I wore shoes. I didn't care if they got wet. So I climbed back down the ravine. I found a bunk bed, climbed down there, and I crossed the water. And I was looking for that old trail that used to be there. And I'm walking out in that trail, right? I start looking for it, and I can't find the trail, but I'm walking out there. And I hear this loud snap, branch snap. Bigfoot, right? No. I don't know, but I'm out there alone. So I immediately hollered out, "Hey, there's somebody out here. If you're hunting, don't shoot me." I said, "I'm just out here." So nobody said anything back. So I backed back up to the creek bed where that is, and I decided that's gonna be my best bet to walk through that creek bed. So there's a lot of stones and stuff. So I hopped over onto a stone. Of course, it rolled over. I went right in the water. Not my whole body, just my feet. But I said, well, at least that's out of the way now. So anyway, I make my way back down that whole riverbed till I get back down to the waterfalls, and it's just beautiful. So I'm just glad to be there anyway. I was just fortunate to be able to enjoy it. So I get down there, I get my drone out. I didn't even bring a camera with me this time. I just brought the drone because that's all I wanted to concentrate on. And I put it up in the air, I fly around, I get all my footage and stuff. And, so I don't know about my luck there. So I get the drones hovering, right? About the time I kind of went and looked for that footstep there. I was thinking about while I was there. I went and looked for it and I couldn't find it. It's gone. So, and no footprints are there, not mine, nothing, no footprints. I couldn't find any. So I realized my drone's hovering there. So I thought, oh God, my drone's hovering. The battery's probably getting low. No sooner than I thought about that, it says, battery's low, returning home in 10 seconds. I'm surrounded by water. I took off from a rock, probably about as big as this pad. This in fact is a landing pad for my drone. And so I'm like, crap. So I get my control and I'm bringing it over, trying to get it over to that rocky area. And I'm kind of down a little bit, and it's slippery, and I'm looking, and all of a sudden I get close to it, and it says landing. I had no control. It just started landing on its own. Well, it's over here. Lands in 2 or 3 inches of water. There goes my gimbal. My drone's in China right now. I'm waiting for them to send it back. So that took care of my drone. I mean, it still flew after that, but the cameras were a mess. So it messed the camera up. But anyway, so that was that. So anyway, the footprint wasn't there. Again, I didn't think too much about it, just the fact that it wasn't there. So I come back home, and I remembered, now here's where it gets interesting. So hopefully it's been interesting. Hopefully you're still with me here. So this is where it gets interesting now. And it's really weird to talk about this. It's a little embarrassing. I don't know what to make of it. So maybe you do. But I can't believe I'm even going to share this because I've never shared this with anyone. I'm not even sure if I told my wife about this. I don't think I have. I haven't told anyone. So I guess she's going to know now. But there was a time years ago that I went down there. Like I said, I was in a dark place in my mind. Not like that dark, but just in a bad place. Just confused. I didn't like my job. I didn't like what I was doing. I was tired. And so I went there to just get some, like I said, some peace, some serenity, some clarity or whatever. So I climbed down that embankment, went down there. I was much younger, and I went down there, and I get down to this waterfall, and I'm just sitting there looking around, right, and there's these 2 rocks sitting there on the ledge, and I pick them up, and I'm just holding them, and I mean, somebody must have set them there, but anyway, I'm holding these rocks, and it's just the strangest thing. I don't know why. God, this is embarrassing. I can't believe I'm saying this out loud. So I started hitting them together. It just had this tone to it, the sound out there. Next thing you know, I'm not Indian, okay? And I'm chanting like Indian music, some kind of, it made sense, but it made no sense. I would never do this. I don't even know why I was doing it. I really don't know. I would think somebody had a psychotic moment where it's just, losing it or something. I don't know. It's just the strangest thing. I'm hitting these rocks together and I'm doing this Indian chant, whatever. And it just felt natural, and it was just really weird, but it was also kind of beautiful at the same time, because I'm sitting there on the edge of this waterfall doing this, and it just felt like, I almost felt like I was honoring the previous people. This is an Indian like ground area. It was owned by Indians. It's named after some Indians. I can't reveal the name. I wish I could. I don't think I dare to. Maybe later on. I have to do some investigating to find out if I'm allowed to or not. It's Indian grounds, and so I don't know. Is that channeling? They call it, I guess. But so I don't know what that was. It's really weird. So anyway, but that's what happened there. So anyway, that I remembered that, and I'm thinking about that footprint, and it wasn't a footprint like this. I'm not saying it was a big footprint. I joked around like that, but anyway, it was normal, a little bit bigger than my foot, because I put my foot there, and it was a little bit bigger than my foot. So I'm a size. Well, I wear a size 12, 11 and a half, 12 shoe. So, I mean, it might have been a size 12 or something like that, because it was a little bit bigger than my foot, 12, 12 and a half, something like that. So, now, you ever tried to clean rocks, dirty rocks that got peat moss on them and stuff? You guys scrub the heck out of that. I mean, you got to scrub that stuff. You can't just take that off. It's calcium, it's moss, it's green, you could bleach it, you could whatever, but that you can see in the picture is spotless. You tell me. I have no clue. When I was back there, I did put my foot down, kind of rub my foot. Not, obviously it wasn't there because I couldn't find that. I rubbed my foot and it doesn't wash off, but it doesn't just like disappear. And even if you did, this was a perfect footprint. There's no rubbing. It wasn't like this. It wasn't like when you rub something with your fingers and it's, you got to see the rub marks. That was a perfect footprint, and you see it in the picture. So, and in the video, I have no idea. So if anybody has any idea out there and you can tell me, you go ahead and tell me. Write me in, put it in the messages, or send it to the email. And if you have any similar stories, I please share them with us. And if you want, like I said, let me know. If I can share it, I'll share it on here. And if you don't want me to share it, or if you don't want me to withhold your name, I'll withhold your name. I'll protect your privacy on that, and or respect your privacy. But anyway, that is my story behind the footprint and why I'm using that for my channel photo there, and because it's kind of really what launched me in the direction of doing this. I see people on there will talk about the stuff, and I've always said, God, they're crazy. I can't believe they go on there and publicly talk about stuff like this. And you know what? Screw it. I mean, you only live once, right? YOLO, they say. You might as well just do it. So let's have some fun with it, and let's keep it friendly. I hear there's a lot of hate speech out there, I guess, and stuff from videos I watch other people talk about it. I'd rather not deal with that. It's just for fun, and so let's have some fun with it. All right. And if you do send hate mail, oh well, you're a sad person, and sorry for that. But all right, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you again soon.